Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Ubaglo, and with me once again is...
Nicolomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. You know, I've actually been thinking recently that I should probably come up with a different name for the series, because I think at this point it doesn't really match anymore.
Let's mess around with Foundry missions in Star Trek Online.
Well, we've certainly been doing a lot of that.
And then the Let's Play Star Trek Online will resume once we get more expansion.
With more actual missions.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of playing around with Foundry content, we're going to play a mission today. I was just looking around, looking at random stuff. Again, I just wish the search system was better. There's something really weird about it that's not working right. But I found... actually, there was a mission that I found floating around another planet that sounded interesting, but then when I was looking into it, I realized that it was like part 4 of a, let's just say, at least 5-part series. I don't know how many parts.
I think the author referred to it as a season.
Yes, I actually have the first episode of the season up on my screen right now. I've only seen 5 from him, and even if I searched for the guy's name, only 2 popped up, episodes 4 and 5. But if I searched for the season title, I found all 5. So, yeah.
Okay.
I know why only parts 4 and 5 showed up, though.
Look, not every series creator can write every episode. Just ask, Stephen Moffat or...
No, it's actually that... So again, I've mentioned this before, but if you search for the author, you also need to flag the any check marks. And recently, all but the first 3 of those have stopped actually functioning for me. Worse than that, if you look at... I wonder actually if this may fix it. Because right now, rating is none to none. I wonder... Next time I'll have to try putting it like 1 star to 5 star to see if that can do it. But basically, what I found is the episodes, or the episodes of the season that weren't able to be pulled up. If I looked here in the bottom blocks where it says like, hey, who voted it a story mission? Who voted it a combat mission? If there wasn't even a yellow blip, no matter how many times someone voted for it, if there wasn't even a yellow blip, those ones didn't pop up when I searched for the guy's name and for those any to pop up. So I think that actually may be what's been going on. Why I haven't been able to find some of those multi-part missions, because if none of people have voted on the mission or to give it at least 1 block in any of these, then it considers it not having that tag at all.
Super confusing.
Yeah, it's real bad. This
I kind of want to...
So I'm going to have to try... Later on, I'm going to have to try searching by rating 1 star to 5 star and see if that gets me these missions.
Yeah.
Because I think that every mission will have at least 1 block of any stars if it has received any ratings at all. And if it's gotten into the regular Foundry pool, it has ratings. Anyway.
Yeah, I want to point the people who complained about Super Mario Maker's website curation, website search tools, and I just want to point them at this and say, it could be worse.
I think the main issue people have with Mario Maker's website curation tools is that it's not in the game itself.
It's true.
Which, like, to be fair, it could still be a bad search engine, because I actually haven't played around with the website curation tools at all yet.
At the very least, it lets you find a user and follow them.
That's a little... Well, you can do that in the game itself.
Yeah.
I think it's not very easy. Yeah,
But
the searching...
that is something that STO cannot do.
Yeah. Yes, that is actually true. I couldn't say, oh yeah, I really like this guy's work. I want to know whenever he puts out something new. In fact, I don't even think it's possible to know when something new has been put out. Nothing in the game really.
Oh.
Like the only time I've ever seen that basically the only time I've ever seen the game say like, oh yeah, here's a new Foundry mission, is when it's a brand new like featured Foundry mission, and Cryptic hasn't done one of those in like almost a year. It feels like.
Yeah, it's been a while. It seems like the Foundry has been kind of static for.
Yeah, or at least on the Cryptic side. All right.
Also, I just noticed a mission here called Sliders that I want to try later.
I will have to check it. We'll have to check into that one then.
I'm really hoping that involves us like going to alternate dimensions.
All right, so
All kinds of wacky situations.
We might as well start this mission.
Yeah, we're doing one called the Altair incident.
Yeah, part 1 of 2. We'll probably do part
2 next week.
Yeah, we'll probably do part 2 next week. Situation in the Altair system. Static signal, no message attached. So it's definitely something unusual.
When isn't it unusual?
Yeah. Alright, so let's begin the Altair incident. Well, I guess we'll meet up with the ship that discovered the signal and get some more information, and then carry on.
The Dallas, named after one of history's finest soap operas.
Yep.
Or maybe City, I don't know.
One and the same.
I do believe the soap opera was about the city, yes.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the soap opera is about the city.
I've never seen it, I just know...
Neither have I. I am just aware of how much of a bit of the crazy cultural zeitgeist it was at the time. I think I was even alive during that.
I was alive. I was just not an well. To be fair, it's not something that would interest me at all. But
no, yeah, I don't think
then.
I don't think I had any care about it, but I think that big deal, I was aware of it happening. I just had no interest.
I must remember from The Simpsons playing off the Who Shot JR thing one year with a
yes, I do remember that.
And then the baby did it. Now we're going to Aldebaran.
I just saw you warp in the complete opposite direction of where we were.
Taking the long way around.
Yep.
The scenic route. I don't want to just drive down I-5 through Northern California all week.
Yeah, it's warp speed. It doesn't really matter.
I know.
Yeah,
Also, apologies to anyone who lives in Northern California. Not for me insulting you, but because you live in Northern California and thus you need pity.
The angling...
But you're still better than the people who live in Southern California.
The angling of ships leaving systems is still pretty funky. And it's better than it used to be. We're in different maps again, of course we are.
It's one of those days.
Like there are definitely
we were doing
times
so well for a while too.
Yeah, there was definitely like periods of time where I would leave a map and I would warp through a planet, which was pretty great. But it's definitely gotten better.
And now we dock and we'll be in the same map again. I lied to him, by the way, and said we just wanted to dock and get drunk.
Sure.
Not in those words. Well, it's in those words.
So the last week has been quiet with Cryptic again. It's just more story blogs. One of which was one that I actually enjoyed because it...
The Garrick one?
Yeah,
or the DS9 one?
Yeah, because it had the return of our favorite Cardassian spy.
I'm willing to bet Andrew Robinson would reprise the role if the situation came up in the past.
I bet they would really want to have Garrick.
And I know, like, he likes the character enough to where he wrote a novel about Garrick.
That's awesome.
I mean, you know, not just about Garrick, but, you know, a Garrick-heavy novel. Okay, we're actually in different maps still.
Yeah,
It's
weird.
Oh, well. But yeah, I'm willing to bet he would probably do it if, you know, the situation were available.
On one hand, I think that would be super awesome. On the other hand, I don't know I don't know why you would have him in this time travel based expansion, but yeah, I don't know. It could be real cool. I would still really like to see him, like, regardless.
Yeah,
because
to be fair, they kind of already brought him up in the context of the time travel plot anyway.
Yep. But
I mean, even in the future, if they decide to just go whole hog and do, hey, we're going to do something with Cardassians in the Gamma Quadrant, they you know.
Yeah, and the way that story blog ended, like, he is certainly trying to insert himself into what's going on. And considering that, you know, that's not that far in the quote-unquote past, him showing up as part of the max level missions for Agents of Yesterday, like, I could totally see that happening. In a way, like, I think that there would be maybe, like, I don't know, better ways to make use of him. Like, if they were to, I don't know, if the next expansion were to be, I guess you...
did I accidentally finish before you?
Yeah.
Crap. It was the Rigelian. He went there, and there was weird stuff going on, but he wasn't able to actually give a lot of information.
Yeah, I was able to, like, just bounce out and ask him.
Oh, okay, that's good. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Right, there you go. Now I'm ready to go.
Hopefully this will bring us back to the same map.
That would be nice. Like, if the next expansion were to be a, like, Dominion and Cardassian based one, I could see, or at the very least, if it was going to be stuff centered, like, more centered around DS9, because I mean, I don't know what he's up to at this point in the timeline. I don't think anything about Garrick has actually really been brought up in the 2409 or 2410 context. So I don't know where he is, but I imagine he's probably still around there.
I try to remember what happened to him at the end of DS9. And of course, now we're back in the same map.
Yeah.
Only to leave it and go to a different one, right?
Probably, yeah.
Oops. For that matter, I'm actually not sure what Andrew Robinson's doing these days.
Oh well. Like I said, Cryptic's been doing mostly story blogs so far. They've done basically the only things they've really been showing off for the last few weeks have been story blogs, sort of set up what's been going on in the background, and also some tech displays. This week they put up another, actually this time kind of a big blog post on how, of course we're in different maps again.
Of course.
This time was kind of a larger blog post on the tech differences for their new lighting systems.
Yeah, that gets fairly technical.
Yeah,
That's your
it was
your
interesting.
jam.
It was interesting, but it was also like it's a lot of inside baseball that. Uh, Strange ionization in the atmosphere.
Darn ions.
So they tried to they just made a binary message and tried to spit it out.
Tricky. I do like that your science officer starts listing off the number of meetings for the letter
For the number 26. Yeah, that's it just sort of spits on and on and on. It's like, come on. This let's actually think a little bit more logically about this.
Head on down.
I like that they're worried about the risks of beaming down, where it's like, why don't we take a shuttlecraft?
Because they're smart enough to know that if we take a shuttlecraft, it's going to end up getting blown up. Whether or not we're on it, that might not matter, but it'll get blown up. Because honestly, how often does the shuttle get used and not blown up?
I don't know. Fairly enough.
Do you actually makes me want to go back through Voyager and count every single time they lost a shuttle versus how many they should have had. I mean, I suppose theoretically they could just make more, because...
Well, I mean, yeah, you have to consider that two of the shuttles that they lost were Delta Flyers? At least, they lost at least one Delta Flyer, and they built 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. Yay, we're in the same map for
Yay!
now.
Well, whatever. I took all your bridge officer spots, though.
I don't care. It'll lead to some hilarity as far as dialogue options go.
Yeah. Alright, let's just run some scans. %98 probability that they're hostile.
2% probability that they're not. I, for one, am not willing to risk my life for that 2%, so I'm just going to kill them now.
No, hey, it says talk to or eliminate. Let's just go talk to them.
Can we talk to them?
I certainly would like to try.
Fine, be a pansy.
Oh.
Nope, your way failed. Let's kill them. I wonder if, like, you have... Well, do you have max diplomacy?
Yes. I actually don't think diplomacy is one of the things that a Foundry author can check for.
Call in?
Yeah, based on the way that the mission step went in, I think what actually happened was the moment we stepped inside that circle, it flagged the completion of that phase. And because the inside of that circle was basically the aggro radius of the acolytes, that's how they managed to like flag it. Yeah, you tried to talk, and nope, it actually just failed. but they were totally uninterested in talking to you. It's like it's kind of a like super hacky way to get the job done, but I actually kind of think that was I actually think that was a neat way to try and get that effect.
Vibe.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out that the tricorder is able to read whether or not they're hostile.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Apparently, they modified the tricorders to telepathically scan people.
Also, the mission had just a minor error here because it says we need to talk to Daimon Zul.
We already did.
Yeah. Now it's trying to claim that this gentleman here is Daimon.
Maybe it is.
Da da da.
Also, Zool, insert your own Ghostbusters reference here. Or for a God Mars reference.
Alright, so we got this little hut over here is where the signal is, or at least where we can access the signal.
Also, apologies if my microphone picks up any outside noises, but it's warm here. And I'm not closing the window.
Oh, I need to...
The console on the other side of the building. What?
Yeah, we're gonna access the console through the wall. So
Okay.
let's reroute the power.
Through the rock.
Sure. And let's deactivate the distress signal.
Is this a bug, or are we just doing weird crap?
Alright. Yes. Was it Gesh? Omega. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that is peculiar. I don't know why we had to do it without going inside, other than the fact that you can't go inside. I'm pretty sure that prefab doesn't have an interior. But there are prefabs he could have used that do have interiors, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Basically, I think that for what he tried to do, he should have actually had a console.
Yeah, just have a console outside.
Or at the very least, describe what's happening as you are trying to hack it from, hack it remotely. Mm-hmm. And your tricorders have very limited range because of whatever reason. And the reason is probably because it's a special metal or whatever.
Adamantine.
Something like that. Yeah, sure.
Wait, that's the other game. Oh yeah, minor tangential note. In addition to STO coming to consoles, they announced that Neverwinter is going to PS4 as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did.
It's already on Xbox One, but...
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested that it's well, I was actually kind of surprised because I thought that Neverwinter had already come to PS4. I knew it was launching on Xbox One first, but I didn't realize it hadn't come to PS4 yet.
Yeah, my only guess is it was some kind of timed exclusive
exclusivity.
Yes.
Yeah, that's got to be it because there's
Microsoft's been kind of pushing those a little bit.
But
more
at the same time, though, while I could totally see it being a timed exclusivity deal, the length of the deal was kind of unusual.
A year or so.
Yeah, it's actually been a really, really long time since Neverwinter launched on Xbox One. It's
I mean, to be
bizarre.
fair, the one for Rise of the Tomb Raider is supposed to also be a year in regards to other consoles.
I guess that's true, yeah.
The other thing is it might just be Cryptic themselves only wanted to test on one platform, and for whatever reason, Microsoft was the better one. I don't know why, but
well, I imagine actually I could say an answer for that, and the main reason is Microsoft has been doing a lot to make the Xbox a PC, like literally. So
yeah,
I could see Cryptic having said like, oh
easier
yeah,
to develop for.
this is an easier one to develop for, or at least to do this testing on, because while the PS4 is also basically a PC, like the Xbox One basically runs Windows 10.
And scuttlebutt now is they're kind of going further in that direction.
Yeah. I mean, like, the most recent basically UI update for the Xbox One was like almost literally installing Windows 10 on it. It's a different skinned version of Windows 10, but it is Windows 10.
Well, it makes sense because it gives them parity to, do stuff with both, on the PC and the Xbox fairly easily.
Yeah, it's basically a lot of the chatter that. All right, so we're gonna. There. So we're gonna site-to-site transport. We can't open the door because they're mag-locked, but we'll just beam our way in instead.
That works.
That works. Yeah, just a lot of the stuff that Microsoft's been talking when it comes to the Xbox One and actually Xbox in general is it definitely seems like they are going to make Xbox as a term be the term for PC gaming. Or at least a term for gaming in general, whether it be PC or console. But essentially, what that's going to practically mean is that the Xbox One itself, or the Xbox, which is probably what the new systems are going to be called, because they're now starting to come out with like basically a
later
iPhone
models.
Style.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about all that.
Yeah.
I'm vaguely okay with how Sony is said to handle it. Oh, this is apparently the end of the mission.
Okay. That's a decent place to end it.
Cliffhanger. Yeah.
However, it didn't seem to. Oh, it
Did not complete for you.
It didn't flag it as completed because it seems it still wants me to dock with the merchant exchange.
Oh, I've had that happen before. It's super annoying.
Yeah, whatever. Because this is a Foundry mission, it basically doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it just means that I won't get the dilithium bonus. Oh no! I won't lose out.
Should have like 50,000 right now anyway.
50,000. I have.
I mean,
I have 415,000.
I meant undefined.
Oh, yeah, I missed a day, so I'll get that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But
I have
I can
893,000.
Okay, I haven't been.
I should probably spend some of it on something.
Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot. Well, first off, I haven't been doing a lot of farming for dilithium in a while, but I also haven't. I've also spent quite a bit of dilithium. Yeah, I'm going to give that. Oh, I can't give him a tip. Oh, because I didn't technically complete it.
No, we have to go beat it now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll wait. But anyway, yeah, back to the console thing. I'm just how Sony is said to be handling it, because none of this has actually been confirmed anywhere. I'm okay with, because they seem to be taking steps to where the new version is not going to immediately obsolete the current PS4.
Well, we don't know anything about whether the Xbox will do the same.
That's why I'm waiting to hear, because if Microsoft has similar policies in place, I'll be roughly okay with that.
There's also something to be argued where the way Sony's policy on the matter is written makes it excuse me. The way Sony's policy on the matter is written kind of makes any additional power from the, let's just call it the PlayStation 4.5, like almost unusable. Like, it's like, why would you even have this then, with the way the requirements are structured?
Yeah, I'm speaking
because
the
the biggest
perspective of someone who has a PS4 and doesn't want to just have it be useless.
Sure, but in a way, like, I don't necessarily see that the way it's structured on, like, basically on phones and tablets, even though there's been like pretty significant increase in power in each one, it still hasn't necessarily been like every year you have to throw out your old one and get a new one. A lot of that's because the vast majority of the games still target devices which are 5 years old, because that's what the majority of people are using. And that's a very strong incentive. But it also means that very few games even bother to try and make use of the potential power that's out there. So there's positives and negatives.
Yeah, and the other factor which I hope they realize with the phone comparison is most people get their phones subsidized through the carrier, so they're not directly paying for it each time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Or at least they're not realizing how much they're paying for it.
Or they're paying it over a course of a year or two.
Yeah, basically.
So if they can get some kind of system like that in place,
it would make
for people.
Yeah, it would make that structure more palatable. In any case, so that was the first episode, and
we shall complete that next week.
Yeah, we'll do that one next week. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.